Do you know about Bismarck's history? Well, Amber French knows a guy that can tell you all about the capital city who got his name Mr. Bismarck from it. And this week, someone you should know, Amber introduces us to Jason Tomanek, whose fascination for history all started with a couple of baseball cards.
Someone You Should Know is sponsored by First Light Home Care of North Dakota.
I'm a kid from the 80s and the 90s, and I grew up every chance I could get 50 cents, I was running to the store to buy another pack of baseball cards.
Jason Tomanek, the Bismarck City Administrator, said he's always had an interest in history, specifically Bismarck history.
I don't think I like Bismarck. I love Bismarck. I don't want to live anywhere else. I mean, this is, I've lived in other places, but this is home.
He says his name, Mr. Bismarck, started from one of his colleagues in the office, but it's a name that stuck.
It makes me smile to think that I can earn a nickname like that.
Over the years, Tomanek has collected many things that have to do with Bismarck, and some of the oldest items from his collection were made in the 1880s. But when asked what his favorite collectible is, he mentioned a uniform.
I'd say my favorite thing to this point has to be the Bismarck baseball uniform from the Prince Hotel. Best I can tell, it's somewhere in the late 20s, early 30s. The hat, the jersey, the pants, they're original, they're authentic. For me, I like Bismarck, I like history, and I like baseball, and when all three of those things come together, it's pretty special for me.
In his office, he has original paintings of different historic buildings in the area, antiques, flags, original staircase pillars from the Grand Pacific Hotel, but what he's most proud of is his collection of Bismarck postcards.
I've got somewhere between 400 and 500 different historic postcards, again, dating back to 1870s. For me, the postcards is a visual representation of the history because there's so many buildings that don't exist, but there were also scenes of what was going on the streets. Where was the trolley line at that time? Those types of images, I could sit and look at those postcards all day.
Tomanek stores all of his Bismarck treasures in his office in the City Hall building because he says it's a good conversation starter.
To have this stuff in my home would be, very few people would ever get a chance to appreciate it and see it. I've had this big boy since I was a kid. I suspect that my mom and my grandmother and I had lunch there one day, and this was something that I came home with.
Knowing that I was new to the area, he mentioned definitely giving Big Boy a try.
Absolutely. I think everybody has to try the Big Boy. Pizza burger flying style. And a purple cow.
In honor of his words, I did just that. That's really good. I'd probably give this a 10 out of 10. And that's why Mr. Bismarck is this week's Someone You Should Know.
Tomanek says that it is important for everyone to know the history of Bismarck and goes by the saying, if you don't learn from history, you are bound to repeat it. He also says, quote, a lot of stuff that happened in early Bismarck, and if we don't talk about those things, if we don't document them, we are going to forget about them. Great story from Amber there.